ladies and jellyfish, one was of all sizes. Welcome. Ooh, give me 1 second. There we go. Perfect. Hey, ladies and jellyfish, one was of all sizes. Welcome back to Askair's Christmas videos. Ho ho ho. This year for Christmas, I'm only going to tackle one show. Last year, I reviewed more than a couple cartoon Christmas specials, and honestly, I don't think they were very good. So this year, it's time to turn my reviewing around and review my favorite Christmas special ever and one of my favorite cartoon episodes ever. I think this year it's time to do Arnold's Christmas justice. If you don't already know, I love this show. I grew up with it and enjoy every bit of it. So many amazing and subtle morals and messages about subtle characters and conflicts, and just everyday life growing up as a kid. Anyways, be sure to subscribe if you aren't already, like this video, and comment your thoughts at the end. Check out my DeviantArt website and second channel, and check out the card above for links to other videos and playlists. The links to all of these will be in the description below, as always. So, with no further ado, let's begin the review of Arnold's Christmas. So, this episode starts off with Helga and Phoebe talking about Christmas. As you would expect, Helga is going on about presents and getting and more getting, while Phoebe is the side of giving and compassion. I have to start off by saying I adore this setup. When you show these characters' moralities and true opinions in the beginning of the episode, it shows way more contrast when, most likely near the end, they gradient their personalities. And yes, I'm talking about Helga. Not even a minute in and I'm already swooning. That is a true sign of knowing what you're doing when it comes to writing and showing character development. Another reason I like this intro is because of 2 lines by Helga. She talks about how Christmas is about getting as much as you can get before the other guy gets his. She also mentions how she loves these fancy Nancy Spumoni snow boots that she really likes. Remember this. Remember.
6.5 hours later.
Remember. Anyways, let's continue. Now we see Arnold and Gerald basically doing the same thing. We get a joke about Gerald getting everybody in his family, including his 4-year-old sister, a tie, and Arnold saying that the gifts are supposed to be from within. This, once again, shows character moralities. To be honest, personally, I'm with Arnold. Every year when I'm getting my friends and family presents, I always, give or take a few times, but always make something out of crafting materials. Stupid or not, flimsy or not. In my opinion, making your mom a heart out of cardboard and popsicle sticks is worth more than however many ties you can buy. Then, as they all separate, Arnold walks past Helga. We see that Helga wants to buy her crush something flashy and cool. Something expensive. Again, character moralities and contrast. Then, we go to the boarding house. There, guess what they're doing? Mistletoe? Decorating? Wrapping gifts? No. That would be the cliche thing to do. And that's another thing. It's not cliche. Not in the slightest. And I'll explain as we go. Anyway, instead of all those beaten to the ground cliches, we get a nice sweet game of Secret Santa. What a great way to bring jokes and move the exposition. And yes, they do both those things. And while still having Mr.Wynn, the main conflict of the episode. And no, he's on the naughty list or whatever. Instead, he actually has a sad story, which I'll once again get to later in the review. Anyways, in the game, Arnold gets Mr.Wynn, and let me just say that this is the best and most subtle way to move the plot and bring Mr.Wynn into this, through an innocent game of Secret Santa. Well done, writers. Arnold doesn't know what to give Mr.Wynn, so he asks Gerald, and Gerald says he should simply talk to him. So he does. They talk, and Mr.Wynn's accent and expression just cracks me up. He's always talking like a child. I don't know, it's just amusing. And this is where the sad story and cliche things comes back. Mr.Wynn tells Arnold a story. He explains that, well, I think you're better off listening from him.
My crop and go to school to see her be happy. But there was trouble in my country. There was a war in the north, and every day the fighting was coming closer and closer. I knew this would not be a good place for my child to grow up. I could not keep her safe, maybe not even have enough food for her to eat. So I decided we must try to find a better life. So now I go through. The only way out of the city was by helicopter. There were too many people. I begged the soldier, please take us. Help us find a new life. But he could not. He said there was only room for one of us. I had to make the most difficult decision of my life. I knew I had to do the best thing for mine. I knew if I gave mine to the soldier, they would take care of her. They would find a home for her. And then, as soon as I could, I would get out of the country and find her again. As the helicopter left, the soldier called out the name of a city.
Man, that's just sad. This is one of the most powerful messages any cartoon has ever come out with. It's nice and not cliche in the slightest. You would expect a Christmas episode to be sunshine and rainbows, but no, they go with one of the most heartbreaking and powerful messages in existence: war. I personally was born in a similar situation. My parents immigrated to a better country for a better life for me. I might not understand Mr. Wynn's perspective as well as, say, my parents, but I get touched with emotion and guilt whenever I see this. Not in a bad way either, but thank you, writers. Thanks for hitting me in the heart with that. This, without a doubt, is my favorite scene in animation, period. Not favorite episode of the show, not favorite scene in Hey Arnold. No, think about everything I reviewed and talked about so far. SpongeBob, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2003, Ben 10, Spider-Man, and even this show, Hey Arnold. No cartoon episode scene, for me, compares to this. Wow. Back to the review, we are back with Arnold and Gerald. Gerald says Arnold's plan to get Mr. Wynn's daughter back is very far-fetched. Arnold says it's gonna need a miracle, and what better time for a miracle than Christmas? Isn't that what Christmas is all about? Now, this question is a running gag. Not a my leg kind of thing, but a repeating question that finally gets repeated until the end of the episode. Isn't this what Christmas is all about? Isn't that what Christmas is all about? Now, we go back to Helga as she is looking for the flashiest, maturest, and most expensive gift there is. What could possibly be the right gift? Cut back to Arnold and Gerald as they go to this missing person place and run into a guy named Mr. Bailey. Long story short, they do his Christmas shopping and he'll search for Mr. Wynn's daughter. So then we get a montage of Arnold and Gerald shopping. I haven't really mentioned this yet, but the music is spectacular. It was by the late Jim Lang, and it is amazing. I even used one of his tunes as music for one of my old videos. Anyways, the last thing on their list are the already mentioned Nancy Spumoni boots. We get little shots of Helga shopping when Arnold and Gerald run into her. Gerald says her gift is not very personal and not very good. But wait a second there, Buster. You would think this is filler, but no, because the important thing about this scene is that Helga gets the list and figures out that they need the fancy boots. Arnold and Gerald ask the store cashiers if they have the boots, and they do the cashier's laugh-in-your-face cliche. It's a cliche, but I have to admit it's pretty funny. And that's how Helga finds out that that could be the perfect gift for her beloved, so to speak. They go to Mr. Bailey, and he says no boots, no deal. This makes Mr. Bailey look unlikable, but it moves the plot, so I'm happy. Helga overhears Arnold and Gerald give up and finds out what to do. She goes home, as you would expect, with Olga at home and the parents singing. But don't worry, this isn't Helga on the couch. The parents, or at least Miriam, are likable. Miriam giving Helga the snow boots is probably the most important event in the entire thing. Yes, the same snow boots. Helga is super happy because she got the boots she wanted 20 minutes ago in the beginning of the episode. Remember? She remembers the boots Arnold needs to get Mr. Wynn for the Christmas present. She debates with herself, which glistens her character and tells the audience a literal summary of the following events. And I actually feel for Helga here, as her character has gotten a literal upgrade through and through, and she actually has to consider Arnold and the right thing to do. That is not Helga, and congratulations to the writers for hitting the literal bullseye here. She gives the boots to Mr. Billy as he is leaving. Now, this is one of the best character developments I have ever seen. Helga says stuff like, "It's Christmas, it's not about the presents or getting yours before the other guy gets his," and "Take the boots." Once again, remember? Mr. Bailey, instead of doing the lazy and cliche thing to do, which is to go in and do what Helga says, just refuses and leaves. Now, this could have been Helga's gut saying, "I tried, time to go home," or maybe he's right. No, she doesn't give up, and with her own free will, begs Mr. Bailey to find my win, or that football-headed heel will never believe in miracles ever again. The next day, as the boarders are opening presents, Arnold is disappointed that he failed in finding Mr. Wynn's daughter. Then they show one of the deepest things I have seen without a doubt whatsoever. Mai and Mr. Wynn get reunited as a family.
Can't believe it. My, is it really you? You went you. Everyone, this is my daughter.
Oh, I'm gonna cry. It's such a beautiful scene, not without the perfect ending.
Merry Christmas.
Thanks, Helga. You're such a likable character, and now, without any credit or anything, you made a miracle. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what Christmas is all about. What a great episode. Wow, this is one of my favorite cartoon episodes, my favorite Christmas special ever, and it includes my favorite scene in all of animation. It hits every single note pitch perfect, and hits every bullseye so perfectly I have nothing to say, but great job. That's enough metaphors for today, and I'm happy to see this episode. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to like and subscribe, and comment down below your thoughts on the episode. Did I do this episode justice? I hope I did. Anyways, be sure to visit my website. I have many links and upcoming news and projects. The link is in the description below. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, be sure to watch the related playlist and video, and don't forget to subscribe. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.